Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hello. Happy Wednesday evening. And happy Town Hall Day. So I'm going to say this right off the bat. I was not planning to stream today. That was not in the books for me. I did not have a spot in my calendar in my schedule to be able to stream today. My plan was to stream tomorrow. We could talk about the town hall. I was going to open up some glint boxes or whatever it is, and I still plan on streaming tomorrow when the whole change comes through. But that town hall was phenomenal, and I was like, you know what? I gotta find some time. I gotta find some time to get on and chat with the folks and see what's happening, because look at this. The decoupling has begun. We are up 4.5% on a day that Bitcoin is down 3%. That doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. That does not happen. That is not in the SPS playbook. The SPS playbook for the past 3 years has only done one thing, and that is go down. No matter what Bitcoin does, SPS goes down. And not today. Not today. 3 years after the last time we really truly decoupled to the upside, right? Because I remember this was in September of 2021. Bitcoin did a nice big dump, and this was before obviously we topped out in November eventually, but we dumped after El Salvador launched their whole Bitcoin program. After Labor Day, it was a fantastic dumping in the markets, but everybody in Splinterlands was excited about Chaos Legion, which was coming out in October, and SPS went from 22 cents up to $1. That was an awesome ride. And that all happened while Bitcoin was still pretty much in the red, or at least for a majority of the month of September. So this is nowhere near that. We are still sitting well below a penny, but it's nice to see some positive sentiment for once. There was a lot in the town hall. I think I already put out the 5 biggest takeaways if you guys haven't seen that already. So we can talk through some of that live here if you'd like. But overall, I thought it was great. I am very excited. I like the, under promise, over deliver, in the sense that we got the new player experience, this tutorial. I don't know if this is exactly what the team had envisioned, or if if it's in its almost final vision form. But I will take it for what it is. And my hope is that now that it's done, the team is going to pivot and try to focus in on getting some new things into the store. Now the question then becomes, who's buying? Who is hyped and who is going to be buying all of these 11 promo cards and this mini set, right? And this voucher promo card? Who's buying this stuff, right? Like I'm very curious to see, because I know that there's a hardcore, support base. And I'm still a little hesitant. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited, right? Because to Matt's point, we have not had anything really for sale this entire year outside the Bitcoin promo card, right? And yes, you can, obviously we've had the Rebellion set for sale, but the people who wanted to buy it have already bought it. And it's a disappointingly low number, at least for the time being. But it's, if those same people are going to go in and buy another 1 million packs of whatever this mini set could be, that could move the market, right? The Rebellion reward cards, the unlocking of Chaos Legion reward cards, that could move the market. The unlocking of Rebellion reward cards, I don't know when that's going to be, but they're going to listen to the community and offer that at some point. When, I'm not sure, but it's coming sooner rather than later. So, I'm already tired, guys. This is not going to be a long stream. You can already tell. It's been a long day for me, but it's been a good one. Quite productive. I will shout out something here. I have new music coming out, not Splinterlands related, although I'm going to try and work on something for Splinterlands too. New music coming out at the end of the month. So very excited about that. Let's see what we can kill to you. There's no sponsors here, except for me. All right, so let's jump into the chat and see what people are saying. So Jason Jenkins, yo, good to see you here. Fusion Sound, Hype Stream, let's go. DeFizz, good day. Parody says, Azurcon. I'm assuming you mean Azurcon's going to buy it. So you know what's funny? Azurcon DM'd me afterwards, after the town hall. Well, it wasn't in relation to the town hall. It was in relation to the other video that I put out yesterday about why I'm bullish on Splinterlands. And we just went, very brief back and forth. And he was just like, 10,000 players isn't needed to move the market. He's thinking like 100 solid players, 100 whales is enough. And I'm like, all right, man, you bring in 100 whales and I'll be just as happy, right? I will be just as happy. But the best part about this is I still think 10,000 people in a bull run is actually quite attainable, right? With cards available, with a much more accessible game, easier onboarding, better, tokenomic structure. Because keep in mind, there was no burning SPS for DEC. There was no flywheel. Everybody knew DEC was overvalued at the time. And it was just crazy times. So Azurcon is thinking that, DEC is probably not going to be, or I think if I can quote him directly, and I feel bad because this was obviously a private DM, but he said something along the lines of people are going to be crying because there's not enough DEC left, right? So to your point, yeah, probably Azurcon, probably a bunch of other folks who are, excited about what is to come and are ready to go heavy into some of these cards. Red X, thank you for liking the video. Appreciate you. Nice pace of Town Hall, probably the best of the year. I don't disagree. We definitely it was definitely one of the better ones. And especially just after I don't know. I mean, I know we've gone to monthly town halls, but the last few months have really been brutal on the asset values. And at this point, I know that there's still a lot of people who are sticking around that are, upset or throwing shade and throwing salt, and that's fine. That's their right. But it does seem like, I don't know, today's town hall was a little bit of a change. I don't know if it was just the attitude that Matt had. I don't know if it was, the community's just finally over it, and it's like, come on, let's just get to the bull run, please. But for the first time, it felt like, okay, with this new player experience tutorial done, that's huge, right? With the the ranked updates all done, that's huge. Oh shoot! Dang, I wasn't even yawning before I went live, but now I'm putting myself to sleep here. But the other thing too, and I'll probably end up making a video on this just to kind of recap everything, is it truly will be, tomorrow truly is the end of the Chaos Legion era, right? Because even though PAX sold out a year plus, a year and 3 months ago, the Chaos Legion kind of overhang is still just with us. And I know some people might say, well, Chaos Legion era will be over when, it rotates out of Modern. And that might be another era. But I'll say this. The fact that no more Chaos Legion cards will ever be printed after tomorrow is huge. The other part of that is vouchers. Vouchers were a Chaos Legion era invention. And the mistakes that were made with vouchers will hopefully be on the path to recovery and redemption beginning tomorrow, right? Or maybe not tomorrow, but whenever the full voucher thing gets turned off, and we focus on this voucher store. So in that way, right, it's finally a promise delivered in a sense, where it's, vouchers are not just this discount token everywhere, but actually an exclusive token that gives you access to an exclusive card, right? Card that only you can get. So, I don't know. To me, it's the end of an era in many, many ways. And I am excited to see what happens moving forward. Jason says, random question. What software do you use for making music? I've just started learning FL Studio a week ago. Oh, cool. I used to use, it wasn't FL Studio back at the time. It was still called Fruity Loops, but this was back in, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. That was one of the first softwares that I learned, software that I used to learn like beat making and stuff. And I don't know it well because I just kind of played around with it. But I know FL Studio is one that a lot of people use now and a lot of people really like. I personally, if I'm producing and mixing, I use Ableton Live. And if I'm recording any audio, I will use Logic Pro. I learned on like the industry standard is Pro Tools, but I think a lot of people have gone away from Pro Tools. But like I did when I was first starting out, I did like a class in a studio to learn like production and all that. So you have to learn on Pro Tools and all that. But I just never liked Pro Tools. I always felt like Logic Pro was so much more intuitive. And then as soon as I got Ableton Live, which was like back in 2013, 2014, oh, that was a game changer. Because I was like, oh, this is why all the DJs love it. This is why all the electronic producers love it. This is amazing. Just very intuitive, very creative, creatively intuitive, intuitively creative. I don't know what the right way to phrase that is, but from a production standpoint, I really like Ableton. But I'll say this, I think FL Studio is probably very similar to Ableton in many ways. So I don't think you can go wrong. As long as you know what you're doing, they all do the same thing, right? It just comes down to whatever your personal preference is, and how you like to, manage your hotkeys and shortcuts and stuff. But good luck, man. If you produce something, send it over. I'd love to listen to it. All right. So Fusion Sound says the team's been killing it. Skeleton crew and all, mobile experience improved, new user rollout, Rebellion Soulbound cards, skins, all sorts of stuff happening on Splinterlands. I agree. This is, and this just goes to show how different things could have been. Because all the stuff that has happened so far this year, I was hoping we would have gotten last year. I was hoping we would have done that because, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again, right? When I look around and see what the other games are doing in the space, a lot of them are in a position where they are launching either, the titles that they have and or, securing partnerships and announcing all these different kinds of things. And it would have been cool if Splinterlands had done all the bear market building in 2023 so that once 2024 rolled around, they could focus on partnerships, they could focus on collaborations, they could focus on launching maybe a new game mode, right? Rather than revamping the same old stuff from several years ago. People's Guild is in the house. Let's go. Was not expecting such a big town hall. What are the thoughts on the casual mention of mini set dropping this year? That was a surprise. That was not on my bingo card because it was actively taken off of my bingo card after they said repeatedly they were not going to. So I don't know how I feel about that. But let's speculate for a second since y'all are asking. Oh my gosh, Darkest Night is here. Yo, Darkest Night, you want to hop in? I don't know what you're up to tonight, but you're more than welcome to hop in. I think the people would love to hear from you, but don't want to put you on the spot, even though I just did. You're welcome to join. Shoot me a text. Okay. So where was I? So on this mini set, here's how I'm thinking about it. My guess, because I'm like, why wouldn't they be rushing to rotate Chaos Legion out? Because at this point, if you're gonna do a mini set and you don't even know, like it's already September pretty much, and you have no idea when it's gonna come out, that tells me that we are now no longer in like the 15-month range, right? I said this before. I said this on the town hall takeaways video. Like we're no longer in the 15-month range, meaning that I wouldn't expect the next one, the next set, right, major core set to come in March, April of next year. I think the earliest would be in summer of next year, which would give us a full 18 months. That gives us the team a full year as well to kind of focus in on that. So I'm looking at that and thinking to myself, okay, if the team was thinking about it where it's just like, okay, we can make less cards, but we have to do it a little bit sooner, and therefore then we can focus on the main set next year. The biggest reason that I can come up with that is, I don't know if you consider this bullish or not, but Rebellion was literally a game changer in how the mechanics of the game worked. And my guess is that they want to do that again. If it was up to Matt, he wants to do that again. Get some cool new meta changing things, stuff that we've talked about in the past, where it's just like, what if you could like swap units around, or what if you could have like a seventh man rule set, right? Things like that, where it's like if somebody dies, then you have like a seventh person that comes in. My guess is that he wants whatever the next set coming out is to have the same kind of impact on the meta that 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 Rebellion did. And I know most people didn't take advantage of it because it was during a bear market, right? And so you can see we had less than 1 million Rebellion packs sold. But that is the future of modern format, right? If you don't have those summoners, you can't play, first of all, right? But the future of the game will be tactics in modern format. I have no doubt that they're not going to regress and all of a sudden the next summoners in the next set don't have tactics. If anything, they're going to have tactics plus something. So that's my guess, is that they wanted more time to be able to build new mechanics into the game, even if it's just incremental, right? The idea of having to do it sooner rather than later was probably difficult. And again, this is just speculation. I genuinely have no idea, because it's baffling to me, right? I would have thought that they would have wanted to get Chaos Legion out as quickly as possible of modern format, but that's the best that I can think of. Joffrey, what's up, Joffrey? Says, who's ready to drop $5,000 on 11 promos on a mini set? Not me, as People Guild says. People's Guild. Same here. And this is why I'm asking who's buying. But this is a beautiful thing, guys. And I know I'm coming across as super bullish right now. I got to find Papa Bear. I think he's locked in the closet somewhere. It only takes a couple of whales to come in and really change things up. And then all of a sudden, everybody gets a little bit more spendy. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so you get whales to come and chew through the $200,000 ish worth of DEC that needs to be removed in order to get us back to peg and get the flywheel started. But then SPS starts to creep up in value, and then all of a sudden people's earnings start creeping up in value, and all of a sudden people think they're rich and they start spending more on all of the stuff. So I can, like, from a theoretical perspective, I can buy it, right? I can buy the argument. I just need to see it in action. And if those same people who went heavy on, Rebellion, and one of them is here, right? Shout out to Mondroid. What's going on, Mondroid? Mondroid saying, I can't believe the town hall made me even more bullish than I already was. Then there's your answer, Joffrey, right? Who's dropping $5,000 on these promo cards in a mini set? Maybe people like Mondroid. Maybe people like, Vet V and all the other folks that are killing it at the top right now. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but you have to understand there is a hardcore belief, whether you agree with it or not. There was a hardcore belief that many people have that SPS is not at its correct valuation right now at half a penny, right? And it's the same way that I view something like Bitcoin, right? Like, I cannot believe that I'm able to buy it for $60,000 or less than $60,000 right now, because I know that this is $1 million+ asset. And so you have a lot of folks who feel the same way, right? That they have that same kind of conviction, and you can, again, you agree with them or not, but they have the conviction. And therefore, when they're doing these things, and the best example of this is Matt. And what Matt said a while ago, he said, I remember he first said it internally and it kind of clicked with me. And then he said it publicly, which was even better, right? But he talked about the fact that he was mining Bitcoin, I think it's like 2011, 2012. I don't know, some stupidly early time. And Bitcoin was like $10. And he stopped. I think he said he stopped because he was just like, yeah, I wasn't covering my electricity costs. And it's like, oh my gosh, right? I mean, can you imagine how much Bitcoin, if you had been mining back in 2012, like, pay the damn electricity. Like, it's not gonna be that much. Just pay it out of your paycheck, right? So that was the way that's the ethos, that's the mentality, that's the perspective that Matt is trying to give for this, where it's just like people are putting in money into assets, and they're using those assets to mine SPS, right? They're buying all of these cars, they're buying all of these things to mine SPS. And SPS may not be worth it now, but the goal is that it goes up in time. Now, here's the thing. I'm saying all this because that's how it was said. I'm not saying that I'm not saying it because I believe it. You know me, I'm a Bitcoin maxi, so all this stuff is shitcoins to me. But it's fun shitcoins, right? I can't play with my Bitcoin the way I can play with SPS. So that's why I'm saying whether you believe it or not doesn't really matter, because other people do. And that belief might be enough to get you paid. All right, Banana says, I don't think they should do a mini set. See how the promo cards go first. So I will agree with this. I was okay with 10, 11 promo cards when there wasn't going to be a mini set. Now all of a sudden they're going to do a mini set and all these promo cards, and it feels a little saturated. Unless the mini set is actually tiny. I would love to see, if they end up doing so how would you guys feel about this? What if the mini set was only 20 cards, right? Or 25 cards, which is less than Rift Watchers. I think Rift Watchers on Dice, those were all in the 40 card range. But let's say there's only 20 cards. Let's say it's a mini set, a micro set. And they were selling these packs for, I don't know, 1,000 DEC or 2,000 DEC. Do you think they'd go out like hotcakes? At that point, let's just say they sell for 1,000 DEC or two. Let's just say they sell for 2,000 DEC, which is I guess the price of the older packs. And they throw $1 million out there. I think $1 million could sell out easy. All of a sudden we burn 2 billion DEC. That feels nice. That feels real nice. If we burn 2 billion DEC, that's going to take up a lot of SPS, and especially if we're burning SPS at this low, the game economy could look completely different by December. DeFizz, what's going on? Oh, you're saying howdy, Darkest Night. Darkest Night says next time. All right, guys, sorry for the tease, but Darkest Night, definitely want to get your thoughts on all this stuff at some point, and we need to do some of those ghost card challenges. All right, so People's Guild says the R set should have been designed to do nothing but push Rebellion sales, in my opinion. The cards look ridiculous, but it doesn't feel like that's happened. It remains to be seen, though. Should do nothing but push Rebellion sales. Yeah, well, this is, I've said this many times before. I've made videos on it. I think reward cards are one of the coolest aspects of the game that also are one of the biggest things that hurts the team's bottom line. Because it's like for real, your value proposition is that you give away cards for people to, you sell cards so that people can play this game, but then you also give away cards. So it's you're giving away half of your stuff for free, and sometimes that half is better than the half that you're selling from a gameplay standpoint. So it's we got to change something with that, and I don't know how until they can do skins or until they can do items and spells or something else that you can get as rewards. This is why, this is why, again, from a conceptual standpoint, I think GLG, right, Genesis League Goals, has it right. It's just, they don't have the execution, but they have the concept right, where it's just you want to play the game, you go buy cards from the team, right, or from other players, and you build your team. And then from there, as you play the game, all of the rewards you receive are equipment and abilities and things that you can use to enhance your team. But you can't just play the game, earn a bunch of new players, and then never have to buy a player again, right? That's the weird thing with Splinterlands, which, again, they've gotten away with for the time being, but it's a tough business model. It's a tough business model to sell something and then at the same time also give it away for free, right? I don't know. People's Guild says, I'd be much more keen to see the new set coming in and CL moving out. I was the same way, but I give my reason already for why I think that is. Rebellion is so underpowered. Airdrops are ridiculously overpowered. Well, they had to balance it out somewhere. But man, did you see that new summoner? Ooh, wee. Good stuff. Come back to us, Papa Bear. So Jobby Saints, now you're missing Papa Bear of all things. Okay, let's give you Papa Bear scenario. We're at 58K Bitcoin. We could be in a scenario where we chop probably for another 3 months, 2 to 3 months, right? Until maybe late October, early November. In that time, I don't know what's going to be happening tokenomics wise for Splinterlands and SPS. I know that they're working on it, but I think we could potentially bleed lower. Vouchers are going to be interesting now because I think that their value their value has gone up. For the first time ever, we've seen vouchers actually go up, which is interesting. But if that first card comes out and it is hot trash, people are going to sell their vouchers like nothing, right? Because it's just like, I guess I could use it to buy this card, but then nobody wants the card. I'm going to take the easy liquidity and just completely, wash my hands of it and just, dump vouchers on the market. Parody Games says, insert, and then we all get rich meme here. Yeah. Mondra says, I like the bidding promo card, 100 copies only. Whales will go nuts over that. Could see that burn more DEC than some of the other promos. Okay, so Mondra, there's one thing they need to do with this, and I don't think that they can compromise on it, because this is going to add that much more value for, in my opinion, and I'm not technical, for whatever it is, worthwhile amount of technical work that needs to be done. These promo cards, these auction promo cards, need to be numbered, because whoever has number 1 is going to flex that thing like crazy. And then everybody else is going to be like, well, I want to be as close to number 1 as possible. So in my opinion, they have to they need to be numbered. If there's only going to be 100 of them, make them numbered. And this is the easiest way to do it. You couldn't really do it with like Lux Vega, because the sale opens and all of a sudden all the sales happen within like 5 milliseconds of each other. So it's difficult. But here, it's very easy. It's very easy to see who paid the most for their promo card. And they're gonna do that because they can flex the number 1, right? Their promo card is not the same, right, as the number 100. It is number 1. Yeah, it does the same thing functionally in the game, don't get me wrong, but it is number 1. And I think they cannot compromise on doing that. Joffrey says, I've been hearing this forever. Whales, blah, blah, blah. Do whales carry this game? I mean, love it or not, whales do carry this game. All right, Defiz say, I've been buying and burning a ton of reward cards for the past week. Nice. So what are you doing with that DEC? Because I've been thinking about doing the same thing. Because it's an interesting way to convert fiat. Parody says, wasn't Orbs a tiny set of cards? I forgot how many were in it. Yeah, you're right. There were not that many in Orbs. So maybe it could be something like that. Bananas, it would be like the Essence Orbs. I remember those were kind of fun because you can max out cards pretty quick. Cool. 20 card mini set plus 12 promo cards would be a sweet spot. Yeah, I do hope it's like a mini or micro set or whatever the case is. So in that way, it's just like these are cards that are super cool, super unique, maybe super powerful. And I think that it's an opportunity for them to also price the packs lower. Like let's pay them in DEC from the DAO. I mean, shoot, like I don't know how much it costs, but this is what I'm trying to say. You make 1 million packs, sell them for 2,000 DEC. All of a sudden, everybody that complains about expensive pack prices is just like, look, now you can get them for $2, right? Or less with DEC below peg. Not only that, there's less cards. There's not 100 cards in the set, 100 plus cards. So maxing it out should be significantly easier and require way less packs. So you got 1 million packs, 2,000 DEC a pop. That's 2 billion DEC right there. I think we can pay the team less than $2 million, right? Less than 2 billion DEC to make that for us. And that becomes a solid trade. And all of a sudden the DAO's doing good business. Monroid says, Matt made it sound like the promos are going to be OP, so I'll probably go for those and ignore the mini set. Not a bad strategy. I'm at a point now where I think I will need, like now, once Rebellion cards start coming into the mix, reward cards, I think I'm probably going to start eyeing some of the tactic summoners, mainly because I just want to play with them, right? Like I haven't had a chance to play with them outside of like ghost card tournaments, and even then, like the ghost card tournaments, I don't know if anybody's in the Shard channel on Discord, but I was like trying to plead my case. I'm like, I don't know who I got to talk to, but I am willing, I would like to have access to creating ghost card tournaments for this channel for you guys, right? And so that we can actually start running some cool stuff here, because starting a league, doing tournaments, I want to do that, but I'm trying to see if I can streamline the process so I'm not managing the entire thing, which again, I'm willing to do. It's just, it would be so much easier if they could just give me access. But that's that. All right, conflict system requiring rebellion cards staked for better skins on reward cards. That could be cool too. Yeah, that's a good question too. Are they going to do conflicts on the mini set? I'm sure they have to. Mandra says, am I the only one who's scared that they don't have enough vouchers when they basically become soulbound? Maybe. I mean, clearly you're not, because a lot of people have been buying vouchers, but that's one thing I told myself I would never do, is I would never buy vouchers. I will buy the things that produce vouchers, but I'll never buy vouchers. So, I don't share that sentiment with you, but I also am very patient. I don't need that promo card on day one. So, I will slowly work my way up to it with the vouchers that I get. Okay, DeFizz says, I'm waiting until DEC gets back close to peg before doing anything with it. Okay, so you're just holding and sitting on the DEC. So, this is kind of what I wanted to do. And I was just like, man, it'd be awesome if there was a way to earn yield on DEC. The only way that I could think to do it was land. And I just didn't think that it was worthwhile to like buy land and then, set it all up and do all that. So kudos to you. Playing the patient game. I hope it pays off soon. Mantra says, oh, and I love those rank bonuses from the promos. That glint adds up indeed. What do you guys think of that question today? Matt seemed to be kind of taken with it, of like, you can forego some of your SPS earnings in favor of like higher glint. So like if you take if you burn 10% of the SPS rewards that you would receive in a game, maybe you get like a 10% glint bonus on top of like whatever other bonuses you get. I wonder how many people would take advantage of that. I actually think more people than you'd expect would. Especially like early on, like starting tomorrow, for example, when all of a sudden glint becomes like a thing, or if in the future they release like another like cool title or cool item, rare type of thing where you need a ton of glint. That could be cool. So DeFizz says, ideally I want to swap it to SPS. So I was looking at it and it's like, okay, I'd be taking a huge haircut. It'd be like, what is it right now? It's like a 7-8% fee, right? And in my head, I'm just like 7-8% fee, but then I get SPS at half a penny. And I know I can easily overcome that fee if SPS even just does a 2x going to 1 cent, right? At some point over the next year. But it's just not worth it. Aaron B says, that's funny. I was mining Bitcoin in 2010. Oh, Aaron B. Well, you should come in and get DEC back to peg single-handedly, please. If you were mining Bitcoin in 2010, hell yeah. Yeah, I'd be getting a small ROI while I'm holding it. Yeah, well, unfortunately, they got rid of the DEC US, the DEC stablecoin pools. Those were my favorite. Okay. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 9:05. All right. So we've been live for like 30 plus minutes. All right. I was only going to do an hour anyway. So we are getting close to that. All right. Fusion Sound says low key, the becoming a merchant on land trade hub is worth it. Oh, do you mean just becoming like a liquidity provider? Let's go check it out. Oh, wait, let's see how my team did. Bro, I'm facing all these like underpowered accounts now and I'm still losing. Watch this. Oh, I won. Hold up. Now we got to watch it. Wait, how did we win? Oh, does Bakjir not have heal? No, because this is a silver level deck. And I'm playing them in Wild Diamond. It's been kind of crazy in the sense that like this deck can still like my collection can still do work. My collection can still do work, even though I'm playing literally with only soulbound reward cards and gladiators. Oh yeah, there we go. Get it good. But you know what this also says? So I normally make it into champion, right? Champion 3. Maybe I can stretch into champion 2. But if I stay down in diamond, all of a sudden I'm playing against a ton of underpowered cards. And I'm still making 3 SPS per win. And, almost 1,000 glint. So, yep. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to check land, the trade hub. I think that there probably will be some interesting opportunity here, especially once we get into multiple resources. I think there's going to be some interesting arbitrage opportunities. Let's see. Okay, so 30-day trade activity, fees earned. Is this all time or just 30 days? This might be all time. So let's do it this way. So 30-day trade activity is 2198.64. Let's multiply that by 5%. So it's $109. Divide that by 30 days. So it's $3.6 in fees paid out every day on a total of 24,288 total liquidity. And then multiply that by 365. Oh, wait. Dang it. I messed something up. Hold on. So 2198 times 0.05 divided by 30 times, or divided by 24,288 times 365. So you're earning a 5.5% yield right now, paid out in grain and DEC. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's also it's not amazing. And I have to imagine the price of grain has probably gone down, right? Or will just continue to go down. Let's see. Oh yeah, 0.008 now. This used to be 0.01, but I can't wait until more land stuff comes in. But I really don't think we get that for another couple months, maybe not even until 2025. All right, State of Survival says check your harvest. I did, so I'm good. But thank you. Joffrey says it's a David Jazz account. Yep, maybe. Who knows? I wonder if there are any bot farms still active. Like, there's 3,000 accounts that paid for the wild pass. In fact, let me pull it up on this other PC here. See if there's anybody else that's joined last minute. 3978. So here's the interesting thing. Last season we had 3,179. This season we have 3,161. So the drop off was only 18 accounts. The drop off is getting significantly less, but I still expect there to be a massive drop off after vouchers are taken on. And I don't know when that's going to be. That might be not this upcoming season, but the season after. So that'll be the end of August, essentially. Don't worry, One Dev is working on land. But you know what? It's always been the case. It was Farper Trout for a while, and now we're gonna have Cryptomancer. And I trusted in Cryptomancer's hands. It's just he seems like he's always out living the good life. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try and do a battle here, and then we can probably start to wrap things up. Because, like I said, I still want to stream tomorrow. Because I just want to come in. I should have like maybe 400,000 glint or so that we can use, and I want to see what cards I get. Oh god, this is ugly. I don't even have the reward cards because I think I rented those out. Yeah, see, I only have a level 1 Gargoyle Devil. Okay, you know what? Let's throw him in the mix. Is there anybody else for 3 mana? No, I guess not. Damn, I don't got anybody. Six mana? 5? 4? Damn, if I pay 7 mana for him, I got nothing else. Well, I think I'm going to lose this, so I don't have anybody that can self-heal here. I could go with, I could go with a level 1 Gargoyle Devil and just, yeah, you know what? Let's just do that just for the fun of it. We'll throw him in with Llama. Maybe he'll be unhittable. Oh, but see, I'm facing somebody who is only level 5. This is a gold level deck, so I think I should lose. Fascinating. Okay. Oh, they have Death Blow, so I'm done. All right, yeah, that was a waste of time and energy. Literally. I don't believe that the... Wait, what am I doing? So I don't believe that the end of season glow will be usable on CL. So I think as soon as that's done, it's gone. Oh man, what is going on? I've been up since 4 a.m. today, so it has not been good in that sense. That's why it's time to go to bed. Okay, well, this could be interesting. If I want to go with, oh, you know what? Let's go with you. Dude, I don't have anybody left. Well, I should throw... Let's throw him into the mix and see how that goes. Let's throw Kron at the end. So, Joffrey, I have not... I have heard of Off the Grid. I was following some of the updates maybe, I don't know, a year ago. I do not have a PS5 though, so that's something that I will need to get. But I'm excited about the fact that it's launching. I saw a lot of people were posting about it. I think it's only playable on the weekends or something like that, right? So I would love to see how that shakes out. You'll be happy about this. I think I even talked about it in one of the videos. But I did jump back into Parallel. I played a game yesterday or 2 days ago. Won some Prime. I like what's going on there. I'm following again just loosely all the stuff that's happening, but I really need to get into that, get back into that. It's just playing the game takes a while. So you know what's funny? Okay, so when I thought about streaming tonight, my original thought was, if I'm free, right, then I'll stream some Parallel because I want to jump in and try the same deck and try some new strategies. But then like when schedule like popped up, it was like, okay, that's fine, I won't stream. And then all of a sudden, like the town hall was actually pretty good. So now I need to figure that out. Okay. I think we're in trouble. Yeah, see, this is no bueno. Because they're going to lose a lot. Oh, we got rid of the big boy. Let's freaking go. All right. So close. Oh, no. You hurt my Kron. Oh, that's so disappointing. I like that he could heal. Oh man, he's just gonna get brutally murdered. Bro, Kron, can you take somebody out? Oh my gosh, that was okay. Well, that was helpful-ish. But yeah, now I'm dead. God damn it, I hate this game. I should just let the bot play. But even still, the bot has been sucking balls. You can see my win rate is well below 50%. But a lot of that was a fall from grace from what's that called? From Champion. Because when I rented out my deck, which I did halfway through the season, I lost a ton of battles. So I want to see if I can maintain Diamond and a 50% win rate going into next season with my cards still completely rented out. And I'm making like 600-ish, over 600 DEC a day, which again, is that anything to write home about? I don't even know what to buy with it. I bought SPS today, but really what I wanted to buy was cards originally. I wish they never have to make Rebellion Soulbounds unbindable immediately. Newbies should suffer the same waiting hell. We shouldn't do the whole Misery Loves Company. It's out now, closed alpha. All right, well, that's cool. I'm heavily invested in Parallel, but I've been playing Illuvium nonstop for the last... Oh, okay, so that's the other one. Because Tails and I, we talked about that like a couple months ago, and then literally we were just messaging about it the other day. So I might jump on a stream with him at some point and figure out more of the Illuvium stuff. What I need, though, and this is something that I should do relatively soon, is I don't know that I'm going to be able to play all these games to the same like level of understanding as like Splinterlands, right? In terms of like the ecosystem. So, well, actually, sorry, I want to understand the ecosystems, but I don't think I'll be able to play like the game and the meta all the way to whatever, level. So I really just want to have exposure to the ecosystem. I'm heavily into Prime, but I don't have any Illuvium. And the fact that it's now below $50 again is like, okay, well, that looks like something that might be worthwhile. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, which is funny because people are always like, oh, you don't buy anything in the game, you don't spend money. It's because it's like every extra dollar I have is going towards Bitcoin right now. But if I had to spend some entertainment money, now all of a sudden it's like, I think I want to get some Illuvium, even though I don't know what that gets me in terms of benefits in game, but I just want to have exposure to it because they're one of the biggest and best. Yo, New Age is in the house. Finally able to catch you, but late. It's all good, man. Well, I don't know if you mean late for you or you're just late in general, but it's all good. I'm actually going to be hopping off probably in a minute or two here, but I just wanted to talk about that town hall. It was good times, man. It was a good vibe. I think there's good times ahead. I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow, as well as the next couple of months. I think that there should be some exciting things happening in terms of new cards coming out. I guess that's it. Just a bunch of new cards coming out. Marketing and all that. Like, I don't know. I get excited about the bull run, right? In general, Q4 of this year is when I'm eyeing. And the thing is, look, none of this is financial advice. I could be wrong. I probably will be wrong because look at me. I was sitting here thinking that we would get a nice summer run, which we absolutely did not. Now, granted, we got a fantastic like winter and spring run, right? Like all those tokens were popping off in March when Bitcoin crossed a new all-time high. But we didn't get that summer run, and Splinterlands missed out on everything, right? So now, hopefully, if we get another run soon, maybe Splinterlands can be a part of that, and we can get that flywheel in action once again with all the stuff that the team is launching. It's probably come up on ILV. Yeah, probably. New H is catching up on vouchers. Will they still be transferable? Have to decide what account to leave them on. If not, no. So you should transfer them tonight because I believe there's going to be a 12.5% tax on transferring them between accounts. So at this point in time, I would highly recommend if you're going to sell them. If you're going to transfer them, because starting tomorrow, I think all that stuff gets locked down. So you can no longer transfer them to Hive Engine, and they will be given to you directly in game. And I don't know if it goes live tomorrow, but I think transferring them between accounts, there will be at some point like a 12.5% tax. So think of it almost like land, right? But should be interesting. I am very curious to see how much the promo card for vouchers are going to be, because I get a good amount of vouchers every day, and I am just curious to see what that's going to look like. Like, how long will it take me to like level up a card? Will the cards purchased with vouchers also be soulbound, or can no? I think the cards purchased the cards purchased with vouchers are not soulbound. I believe those are actual NFTs. It'd be kind of dumb if those were soulbound, because then all of a sudden it's like you're trading something that wasn't soulbound for something that is. So I believe that those are going to be full-on promo cards, NFT tradable. When you said in one of your earlier vids, just when you said there will be no Rebellion mini set, I remembered I just posted about Rebellion soulbound neutrals, and you revealed a new one. Serves you right. Yeah, I know. Look, hey man, I feel like all the videos that I put out are that like they become obsolete within a couple of days. New Age says, LOLC, need to catch up on things. It's been a long summer. Dude, we should hit me up on the phone sometime. We should catch up. I know I was talking about getting together at some point this spring, or not spring, this fall, but now I got to figure out some things schedule wise. So, but we'll figure something out. You know, especially if Splinterlands is in a better place than it was a year ago, that'll be fun. If we're, I'm not saying we'll be hitting new all-time highs, but come on, if SPS is back over a penny in October or November, come on, man, that'll be good times. People will be talking, the market will be heating up, and hopefully we'll be heading into a very fun 2025. All right, guys, that is it for today. I will try to be live tomorrow as well, as that was the original plan. Probably in the evening, or maybe roughly same time. Just because Mikasa Sukasa. Yeah, I got to make it to Miami at some point. I haven't been there in a decade. But thank you, sir. So yes, I will try to be live tomorrow. I mean, the thing is, I'm going to want to like open up that glint ASAP. So maybe I'll do like an afternoon live stream if I can swing it. So if it's not this time, it'll probably be like 5 hours earlier, 6 hours earlier. I just can't do morning. But that is all I got, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Hope everything is good on your end. Best of luck in your new draws and new chest pulls and whatever it is that you're going to do tomorrow. But I will talk to you then. Peace.